forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Telly Hank did with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby Maine. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
A young man with dreams of becoming a professional rapper gunned down on a music video set. Tonight we're learning it was not the first attempt on his life that day.
Man, bankroll on shit. My man on shit. They know what the fuck going on, man.
As of 11:59 last night, the police department reported 555 murders during 2021. This as anti-violence groups continue to push people to stop the shootings. Action News reporter Corey Davis with more now.
Along with the record number of homicides in the city, the number of shooting victims is also up, as well as the number of people who have been killed in those shootings. The latest data from police shows that at least 555 people have been killed so far this year in Philadelphia. The record of 500, which was set a month ago, continues to climb with just 2 days left in the year.
The families that are going to go without people that they love, and it means living in a city that no longer feels safe.
A recent murder includes a man in his 30s who was shot to death around 10 o'clock last night while inside a parked car at the corner of 16th and Susquehanna Avenue in North Philadelphia.
So it's possible this shooting may be narcotics related.
Another man was killed hours earlier around 6 o'clock yesterday evening in Germantown. We are told he was shot while inside a small store along the 2600 block of Germantown Avenue. Police say he appeared to be the intended target.
I talked to the store owner, I talked to an employee. Definitely, it was not a robbery.
The number of people killed in shootings is going up. 405 people were fatally shot in 2020, and compared to the latest data, as of Sunday, 475 people have been shot and killed in Philadelphia. That's a 17% increase. Anti-violence advocates continue to push for people to put their guns down. One organization in Kensington is now in day 6 of their holiday ceasefire event.
And when we go down these neighborhoods, we bring hope into these communities. They say, wait a minute, we need models. We need life models of what this looks like, and we have it here.
So far this year, the city has announced roughly $155 million toward crime prevention programs. In fact, the final round of grant money has gone out to dozens of community organizations this month as they continue work in neighborhoods. Reporting here in Powelton, Corey Davis, Channel 6
Monday
Action
night,
News.
I'm Rick Williams.
And I'm Sarah Bloomquist. The big story on Action News is that intense search for the shooters who killed a 21-year-old man and injured 5 other people in Southwest Philadelphia.
Just hours before the deadly shooting, investigators say the victim was the target of another attack. Action News reporter Maggie Kent live at police headquarters tonight with the details. Maggie.
Rick and Sarah, I can tell you that police say this young man was targeted at 4 a.m. on Sunday, his car riddled with bullets, and then at 8 p.m. he was hit with a bullet once, killing him. A witness took this cell phone video, people scattering after shots were fired on the 2600 block of Carroll Street. Others rushing to help the 6 people hit by bullets.
I opened my door and I see like 3 bodies, like literally like lifeless.
5 men were hurt. Ezra Way, a 21-year-old who grew up in Southwest Philadelphia, was killed. His dream to become a professional rapper.
Gambino, bankroll.
His manager.
If Edrin was here, he would want me to tell the world to remember his name, Bankroll Gambino.
At 8 o'clock Sunday night, friends gathered to film a promotional video for Way's new song. Police say it was then 2 shooters pumped at least 10 bullets into the crowd. We're learning this was the second time he was shot at that day.
The decedent may have also been shot at while driving his vehicle at 4:12 a.m. on July 28th in the area of 53rd and Baltimore Avenue.
Bullets hit his car but missed Way. Hours later, he would suffer a fatal gunshot to the head. When he was taken to the hospital, police say they found a loaded handgun on him, reported stolen from a Honesdale burglary back in 2013.
A .380 caliber handgun was recovered from his person. The firearm was loaded at the time of the recovery.
At the scene, police are asking for help from anyone who may be able to identify the shooters who sped off in a black car.
The rapper recorded a music video the day before his death. Now detectives want to know if anyone captured video from last night's shooting.
Hopefully we'll get someone to step forward because these are the type of incidents where we do worry about retaliation.
This afternoon, Philadelphia City Councilman Kenyatta Johnson held a public safety walk along Carroll Street. He says everyone from the community to city council and law enforcement agencies has to work together to stop the violence.
Yo, we back. It's Shay's Pop-A-Lot. Mob, gang. We on our way to Pennsylvania. Philadelphia to be exact. And this shit is not a game. Today, I'm going to be telling you the story of a young man on the doorsteps of manhood that would be essentially gunned down trying to follow his dreams. And I'm using the term young man lightly because in a lot of the inner cities, when you're 16, 17, you are put in situations and forced to make decisions that some men in some parts of the country never face. And even if they face them, they're well into their 30s. That story I'm going to be telling you today is that of 21-year-old Ezra Way, or Bankroll Gambino, which he also went by, who would go on to grow up in Southwest Philadelphia. But it's semi-impossible to tell you his story without telling you the story about what's going on in modern-day Philadelphia. By doing my research for this episode, it also led me to do research on the city of Philadelphia. And when I say research, I'm looking at crime statistics and I'm looking at the homicide rate. And when I tell you guys it was shocking, I'm going to do my best to break that down for y'all. Early on, I did mention decisions that young men face in cities like Philadelphia, Detroit, Los Angeles, Chicago, New Orleans, Miami, Atlanta, New York, Houston. The list just goes on and on and on and on. Now, looking at the city of Philadelphia, one of the main things that was alarming to me was the homicide rate has risen every year since 2016. Now, that might not mean much to y'all, but let me put that in perspective. So you have a city like Wichita, Kansas, which had right around 23 homicides. Philadelphia last year had a murder rate 20 times more than Wichita, Kansas. And I know exactly what y'all thinking. That's Wichita, Kansas. Well, let's look at Colorado Springs. It was going to be more than 15 times higher than that. And y'all still saying that's Colorado Springs. Let's look at Long Beach, California. You are still 15 times more likely to become the victim of a homicide, even in a city that's known for its gang culture. Now, in an effort to break that down just a little bit more for you guys, in 2016, the city of Philadelphia recorded 277 homicides. It would rise to 315 in 2017. It would go on to 353 in 2018. Now, the year that Ezra Way was killed, it would see a slight boost to 356 in 2019. And then it would get alarming because in 2020, it would hit a whopping 499 homicides. And then in 2020, they would hit a record all-time high of 555 homicides. But I also seen some places where it was 562. So I ain't going to Philly without no bulletproof vest. Matter of fact, I need that hat that 50 was talking about. The doctor said it'd give you a concussion. Better that than a hole in your head, nigga. And with that being what you see when you look out your window every day, if you ain't have a basketball in your hand since you was a toddler, you better be at the corner store getting lotto tickets because ain't too many ways out. But like the people he was able to see that escaped the horrors of the city, Like Meek Mill, for instance, he would choose the music game to try to make a way out. And it would be his hard work in the booth that would place him in the same circles as the aforementioned Meek Mill, who I'm sure he probably idolized for coming out the trenches, making a name for himself, and making a way out of the war zone. Now, I'm not quite sure the extent of the relationship he had with Meek Mill, as I read some places that said he was an affiliate of his, but I also read some places that said that he was an artist and signed to Meek Mill. Now, regardless of the relationship, Ezra will find himself on Carroll Street in late July of 2019, recording a video just as he did the night before. It would be him as well as 9 other individuals gathered outside. Now, I'm not quite sure if they knew what was going on or what was going to happen, but it essentially seemed like Ezra Way was being hunted because his vehicle had been riddled with bullets just hours prior, that early morning at about 4 a.m. And right as the group would be filming the music video, a car was said to have pulled up and begin to open fire, going on to hit half of the people that was in the group while fatally striking Ezra Way in the head. And his dream of essentially getting out of Southwest Philly would die with him right there on Carroll Street. Now, I have recently said and stuck by the stance that being a rapper is the most dangerous profession you can have. That's going above and beyond being a high-rise construction worker, being a police officer in St. Louis, Flint, the most dangerous cities, because niggas don't try police. That's the thing about it. Being a firefighter in a city like Chicago or New York with these high-rise and skyscrapers, because they never really have fires. But these new rappers are dying. Not only the well-known rappers like Takeoff and Young Dolph, Mo 3, Draco the Ruler. The list just goes on and on and on and on. So y'all get in the comment box. Y'all let me know if it's a deadlier profession. I dare y'all to find one. And if y'all do, I'm definitely giving y'all a shout out. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and Twitter, POP_A_LOT. Y'all hit the red button right under this video so y'all know when this real trill spill shit is dropping. And y'all know what it is with me, man. Nothing but the facts. Shit got popular. Mob Gang.